If I'm running into your foot.
I think it's my feet. I have them curled up to try to get out of your way. Or can I move them for you?
Actually, if you move them down so I can get a little more port, I can put this in the pouch.
Enough?
Yeah. Okay. See you in the pouch for one.
I see you in the pouch for two.
Two fish, check the depress pump man isolation valve is closed.
You got it. It's closed.
Please report your suit pressure gauge.
4.3.
4.3.
Copy 4.3. Those are good numbers. As far as day-night passes today with our high beta angle, you'll mostly just have dusk, so you probably won't have any real nighttime. Looks like it's kind of dusk/twilight right now. So configure your visors as required.
Get mine on the way up.
Copy. Looks like the thermal cover has already popped open, so Peggy, you have a go to egress the airlock.
Okay. And I need to come port to get my head down.
Clear.
And Peggy, as you egress, a reminder that your first step will be to attach your anchor hook to the forward external D-ring.
That's in the I'm going to get a local down first. My anchor hook is down, veil is closed, black on black, reel unlocked, yellow is connected to the red, locked, and green reel is also unlocked. So both unlocked and green is connected to the red. And I'll start working on X.
Copy all, Peggy. You'll be attaching Two Fish's anchor hook to the airlock handrail 554, the handrail running starboard port on the port stanchion.
Okay. On the port stanchion, valve closed and locked, black on black.
With that, you're in a good config. Peggy, you can give Two Fish his go to release his waist tether from the airlock D-ring.
Hey, okay, woman, there's your go and release when you're ready.
Two Fish, your first move will be to transfer the MDM ORU bag to Peggy.
It's waiting outside for you, Peggy.
All righty. I got my BRT red on it.
Okay, I'm taking this red off.
Okay.
It's off and on the D-ring extender.
Copy, Two Fish. And of course, when you're ready to egress, you'll be taking the Lab EWC handrail bundle with you.
Okay. And you go to egress.
Copy that. At the, my BRT you're at on the handrail.
Copy 2 Fish, and a reminder that you'll want that red on handrail 261 Alpha.
It's on 261 Alpha. You know, with visor down right now, Peggy?
I actually have mine open right now. I'm in the shadow over here.
All right.
Against the back.
Bring it out a little bit just so I can. Yep. Will do. Yeah, keep them locked.
Alright, I see your right safer handle down. Your right tab is up. Left safer handle is down. You need to move the camera so I can see your left tab. Okay, both of those are up, and you have a green light on your WVS, so you look pretty good there.
We'll take a baseline half check from both of you.
5 for 1.
5 for 2.
Okay, copy all. Those are good buddy checks. Peggy, you'll be leading the translation. As you know, you'll be translating up to the Epic MDM work site, just port of the Cedarspur on Phase 1. And 2 Fish, as you know, you'll be translating to the lab handrail 258, nadir on the lab via the high-pressure gas tank and the gap spanner.
Copy that. See you later, Peggy.
Alrighty.
Good luck.
Thank you. Jack, a 4-man fairlight around the EPFR there, next to the toolboxes. Clear to get back to the lock.
Awesome, thanks.
Come on Phase 1, and at the work site, or at least next to the work site.
Copy, Peggy. You'll be temp stowing your MDM ORU bag on top of the nadir MDM, suggested tethering to the CETA handrail.
I got my green hook down on 253.
Copy, green hook on 253. 2 Fish, I have some warnings and a caution for you. Stay 1 foot from the UHF antennas. Do not translate on the gap spanners, which are restraining the Node 3 lab ammonia jumpers. And a caution, when you get over to the lab forward end cone, do not use the EWIS antennas as a handrail.
Copy that.
2 Fish, while leaving your BRT ret attached to handrail 261 Alpha, you can temp stow the EWC handrail bundle over on handrail 258 using both fish stringer large hooks.
Copy 258.
Got one PET down on the CETA trail. Move mine, and then I'm going to probably put the other one down just so we'll have it kind of controlled.
Copy. And Peggy, once you have that stow complete, I'll take a glove and hap check from you.
Okay. I'm going to get it stowed so it won't impact the cable on the other. I think I messed that one right. All right, hap is still dry, and gloves are still great. No damage.
Copy, Peggy.
The MDM number is 16 Echo-0102.
Copy, Peggy. That is as expected. Since we do have the time for it, we would like you to take a minute to photograph the MDM and the receptacle in the area using your GoPro, and we'll take a view in your WVS as well.
All right.
And two fish, a reminder, during your stow, you'll want 262 alpha against the lab structure, since the first one you'll be removing is 261 alpha.
First one I'll be installing. Yeah. Got 261 on my BRT. I have all 3 wire ties removed. At both ends of the fish stringer on 258. I have the jack cap 261 antenna coming off.
Copy all, two fish.
On hook 6.
And two fish, another warning and caution for you. Once installed, do not contact the EWC antenna boom, as it could spring back. And once installed, do not BRT to the EWC antenna handrails.
Copy that.
All right, Peg, looks like you already have your BRT on 3445. You can retrieve the ret hook from the ORU bag lid. It's on the inside of the lid, and attach it to the failed MDM tether point, of course, the Zenith MDM that you're looking at. And two fish, I see you are on your way to handrail 257.
Confirm.
Alpha, good EMI band. I don't know if you can see it in the WVS, but it looks good. No damage.
Copy, Peg. Good inspection. You may or may not need to restrain that Ethernet cable. Suggestion you could maybe restrain that to 3445 or 3446 if it's going to be in your way for the RNR. Two fish, you'll be sliding handrail 261 alpha aft to forward into the OH seat track. Reminder, the antenna boom should be facing towards lab forward.
Copy that.
And Peggy, you'll first be releasing the secondary bolts, expecting 7 to 14 turns.
Copy secondary first. I'll work on starboard first. 7 to 14. It's 13 turns, and it springs back by hand.
Copy, Peggy. 13 turns, and the bolt sprung out.
Okay, they're in and pushed. Ready for settings.
Copy, two fish. Your settings are alpha 2, clockwise 2, 1 minute from a very brief LOS.
2 clockwise, 2, and 9 turns, right?
You'll be driving those bolts 15 turns max to to a hard stop, yes, expecting 9.
The port secondary bolt is out and springs back to the bed.
Copy, Peggy. You can release the primary bolt, expecting 25 to 32 turns.
Same settings.
Affirm, same settings.
You're on Bravo 1, clockwise.
Good torque, 3.0, 8.1 turns on the aft bolt.
Copy.
I got a low torque message after 5 turns. The torque is 3.5.
Copy, Peggy. Low torque after 5 turns, 3.5. Stand by. And Two Fish, I got your report from the aft bolt. Did you have your report from the forward bolt as well?
Trying to get that red off. It kind of got jammed in. It's off now, moving to the forward bolt.
Copy. And Peg, we're still checking with the back room here. Stand by.
No problem.
Okay, Peggy. First of all, please check that you don't have any side loads. And then we're going to drive that bolt one more turn. Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Bravo 1, clockwise.
Torque bolt's done, Jessica. Good torque light, 3.1 on the torque, 8.6 on the turns.
Copy, Two Fish. Please perform a tug test on the handrail.
Turn complete. Clockwise.
Copy, Peggy. 1 turn complete. And Two Fish, looks like you're working on releasing the cable wire tie from the antenna boom. You'll be securing that to the handrail. And did you get a good tug test?
I sure did.
Copy.
20 turns, and as I was pulling it off, I got a low torque. But I think it's fine.
Copy, Peg. Stand by. Okay, Peggy, we concur it looks good, and you think it's fully released?
Can check it. Nope, not quite.
Okay, Peggy, you can reattempt releasing those same settings, Bravo 1, counterclockwise 2.
Bravo 1, counterclockwise 2 set.
And Two Fish, please ensure that the boom aligns with the handrail base alignment marker.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fully released now. I did a total of 26, but I think it was out before then.
Copy, Peggy. You can temp stow your PGT.
Okay.
And Two Fish, you confirmed good alignment?
Yep.
Copy that. I see you're headed back to retrieve the next handrail. You'll be reading to 262 Alpha and releasing that from the fish stringer.
Copy that.
All right, Peg, you'll be sliding the failed MDM along the guide rails to remove it. And as you do so, whenever is a good time, we'll take an inspection of the blind mate connections on both the MDM and the truss side.
Okay. Term looks good. Little scratches on it.
I think you've got all these steps memorized, Two Fish, but as you know, you'll be releasing the jack cap from Juliet 5 Alpha with the fish stringer.
I do that inward. Yes, I think, it called for me to BRT to 257. That was a little tricky on the last one. I'm going to try going topsy-turvy on this one. And go into, I believe it's 266 behind me. That's
Copy that,
cool with
Two Fish.
you.
Two Fish, we're good with your plan.
Or not. Go ahead.
Okay, Two Fish, we are good with that plan. Yeah, the suggested was 258 like the other side, but on the other side of 262 is 266, so we are good with whatever you think will work best. We're ready to start with steps for the install. Once you grab the spare MDM, we'll take an inspection of that one as well.
All right. I had to get in the truss a bit to get that inspection done.
No problem. We will take a safer handle inspection since you were in the truss as well. And Two Fish, looks like you've already depressed those buttons and are ready to sign 262 Alpha into the seat track. Reminder, antenna boom towards lab forward.
Copy that.
And Two Fish, please be mindful of the second boom that you already installed close to where your feet are now.
Copy.
Okay, the one little bubble where we had in the cotherm bubbled back up again, but it's not any worse than it was before. I don't know if you can still see that.
Copy, Peg. Stand by.
Settings on this side, right, Jessica?
Your settings are Alpha 2, clockwise 2.
Clockwise 2.
Affirm.
Great, thanks.
Again, expecting 9 turns, a max of 15.
Copy that. The 4-volt, Jessica, I got good torque, good green light, 3.8 on the torque and 8.8 on the turns.
Copy, Two Fish.
All right, Jessica. I'm going to do the second volt first, correct?
Peggy, we'll be driving the primary bolt first. Your settings will be Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2. Okay.
You'll be driving that bolt 23 turns only. Reminder, you'll be reporting your max torque, and then we'll give you those next settings on the primary bolt.
23 turns only.
It's got 3.8 on the torque, good light, and 3.29 turns. Or 8.29 turns, sorry.
Copy, Two Fish. Stand by.
Everybody, Jack, if possible, when you have time, look left.
And Two Fish, reminder that that PDGF is just by your left knee.
Thank you.
And Two Fish, what was your turn number on that aft bolt?
8.29.
Copy that. That's a good install. Please perform a tug test.
Yeah, I got
Check this.
torque at 9.4, and I had 20 unturns.
21 turns, torque of 9.4. Stand by. And two fish, good tug test.
Good tug test. And working on the connectors now, Peg.
Okay.
You're working that first bolt?
Yeah, to drive the new one in.
Sweet. Cotherm worked out for you?
Yeah, cotherm is not a problem, but my wobble on my socket isn't wobbling anymore.
And we see that in your WVS, Peggy. We're talking it.
Yeah.
Okay, Peggy, we're going to have you reattempt releasing that primary bolt. Your settings will be Bravo 1, counterclockwise 2, and standby 1 while we double-check that wobble one more time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to probably need to swap with Beck.
Okay, Peg, stand by.
Okay, Peg. PGTs?
Yeah, or 6-inch wobble.
Guy's about to release these cables. Would this be a good time to just come over there and swap out PGTs with Peg?
Stand by, two fish. Give us 1 minute to work it. And two fish, why don't you give me your status so we know where you are right now while we make that decision?
Yeah, I'm at 282 to release the wire ties and run the cables. You can probably have them at least back down in minutes, 5 minutes.
Sure, two fish. While we make our decision here, please ensure that the boom aligns with the handrail base alignment marker.
Roger that. Got it. Thanks. It is aligned.
I think when the torque went up at the end, just because I had to change my angle, and that's when I probably screwed up the wobble.
We copy you, Peggy. All right, Peg, our plan is to have you stay there since we don't have that MGM secured into position yet. Two Fish is complete with his PGT at this time. So Two Fish, we'd like you to leave your work site, translate over to Peggy, and you can leave your green hook in place.
I'll do that. Peggy, I'll use the translation pads we talked about for incapacitated crew.
Sure,
come up
good.
to ESP2 and just hand it to you.
All right.
Howdy, ma'am. I told you I'd carry your trash for you.
Oh, I thought you were coming from the starboard. There you go.
I thought you meant starboard of the lab.
Oh,
All right.
oh, no problem. Make it work. Just wanted to leave my... I'll hand you my PG wrap first.
Hey, you want me to take that adjustable off so it's easier for you? I'm going to take it off anyway.
Oh,
Because I know you don't like it.
okay, thanks.
Such a considerate team member.
Yes, he is.
Great expeditionary skills,
too,
Two Fish.
You're happy. There you go.
Okay, I'm ready to you.
Oh, yeah. Let me get this guy.
Okay.
All right. And here's yours.
Stand by from the other side. I just stowed it over here because I thought you were coming from that direction.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. All right. New PGT. Thank you, Two Fish.
Yes, ma'am.
The hero.
Nice work, guys. Well coordinated. Okay, Peggy, with that new PGT, you'll be in Bravo 1, counterclockwise 2. We'd like you to reattempt releasing the primary bolt. You'll be using as many turns as necessary to get there. And Two Fish, your tether will be already running back to the lab since you left your green hook there, so it should be a clear path.
Well, somebody left the lights on, so it's a little easier to see. And it's awful pretty.
We concur, Two Fish. We're also enjoying the view.
Good luck with this pulse stick.
Thanks. Okay, it's 23 turns out, and it's free. Put it back into soft dock.
Copy, Peg. Stand by. Okay, Peg, you can remove the MDM. We're going to verify that there's no FOD near the connector end of the MDM, the receptacle, or the wedge, and no damage to the cotherm or connectors.
See a little FOD, like metal shaving from the bolt. The MDM side, the MDM.
Copy, Peg, from the MDM side. Stand by. And Two Fish, when you get back to the work site, we'll have you stand by for a moment.
Roger that.
Kind of hard to see into the hole directly where the bolt was going into. It does look like there's a little bit of FOD around the edge there.
And that's FOD around the edge of the receptacle where the primary bolt goes?
That is correct. That much better than I did.
Okay, copy, Peg. Thanks. Stand by.
Just like...
All right, Peggy, we are assessing that down here, so please give us a moment. I guess while you're waiting, you could also take a look at those blind mate connections and make sure that none of the FOD made its way into any of the blind mate connectors.
Jessica, you want me to cut these cables while we're building the plan?
Two Fish will have you stand by for now.
Verified, and I don't think the threads are damaged at all on this MDM, the new MDM.
Copy, Peg. Okay, guys, we've got a plan in motion here. What we're going to do, Peggy, is have you clean the receptacle side. We are 50 seconds from an LOS here, so I'll continue until I lose you, and then I'll pick you up. Two Fish, we would like you to return to the airlock so that you can get the cleaner connector tool, which is in the staging bag.
Okay.
And Two Fish, you can pick up your green hook on the way back to the airlock. Bring that with you.
I'm going to go ahead and go to the airlock now.
All right, Peg.
Okay, great.
So Two Fish, when you get back to the airlock, we're going to have you leave that PGT in there. You will retrieve the connector cleaner tool from the staging bag, and you'll also need to retrieve the G-Tech bag, which should be on its own ret. We use that to cover the connectors while we are cleaning the receptacle.
Jessica, would you like me to stow the new MDM back in the bag?
Stand by, Peg. And Peggy, it doesn't need to go in the bag. You can just temp stow it however you see best to get it out of the way. Big picture here, you'll be using that connector cleaner tool to clean out that receptacle. So hopefully when we redrive the bolts, we won't have any metal shavings in the way.
Okay.
Thermal cover's open.
Copy thermal cover, Two Fish. And so once again, Two Fish, you'll be stowing your PGT in the airlock, retrieving connector cleaner tool and the G-Tech bag.
Okie dokie.
There may be metal shavings around the bolt hole stuck to the area around the bolt hole.
Copy, Peggy, and that's what we're intending to clean, the bolt hole, so the receptacle on the truss side where the bolt will go into.
It'd be easier if I just go in and hold the G-Tech over those blind mates, and then if Jack squirts the thing. If I get in the truss and position to hold the G-Tech over the blind mate, that sounds like a good plan.
We're good with that plan, Peggy.
There's a socket caddy on the staging bag.
Oh, the 6-inch wobble is on a ratchet.
Yeah, but I got that 2-inch, so in order to step them over.
Oh.
Balls. Right, I'm going to stuff that in my trash bag. The 2-inch, and then I can step the 6-inch.
Two-Fish, you don't need to remove the wobble socket from the PGT. We were just suggesting you leave the entire PGT in the airlock.
Yeah, but you're going to need a 7/16, right? It has a 2-inch 5/8 on it.
We should be fine using the PGT that Peggy has. So, Two-Fish, I'm not sure if you copied that. There's no problem with the PGT.
Gotcha. Thought the PGT was broke too. Okay.
Negative.
Need the connector cleaner toolkit. Got it. And I'm still on the other one.
G-Tech.
A-firm. Connector cleaner tool and also the G-Tech bag, which is on its separate rack.
You got it. That's a lot easier.
We're here to make things easy for you. Peggy, we'll take a glove and hap check for you.
Change on the gloves, dry hap.
Copy, Peggy. And if you can, while you're in the truss, access your GoPro. We'd also like you to get some GoPro footage of the area, the receptacle, and the FOD.
Okay. Right now.
Hey Jessica, we got PGTs both in the staging bag. I got the connector cleaner toolkit on my swing arm, and I got G-Tech behind my MWS. Everything's ready for the journey.
Copy that, Two-Fish. I see you closing the thermal cover. We'll take a safer.
From down here?
We'll take a safer handle check and a glove and hap check.
Good call. You down? Gloves are still pristine. Hap is dry.
Copy, Two-Fish. You can proceed up to Peggy, so that'll be that port bay where you just were, just port of the Cetus spur.
You want me, how about I just come the same way? I just won't bear lead it.
I think that'll be perfect.
It's a little quicker.
Yeah.
We concur with the tether plan. Just keep Peggy's in view once you get up there.
Got it. Sorry to make you wait, boss.
No. Thanks for helping.
All right. Okay. This time I'm on your starboard side.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are good with that plan, Peggy, of you holding that G-Tech bag to protect the blind mate connectors, and then Two-Fish will engage the connector cleaner tool. Once you guys are in a good position for those connector cleaner tool steps, let me know, and we can start there.
Okay. Bring the local down, and I got my feet inside the chest. Do I need to pop in further? Out of your way? Is that going to be good?
For me?
Yeah, because you got to reach right here.
Oh, Roger.
I'm going to put the G-Tech on the blind mate on here. The lovely little people. There.
No worries, I got it. Don't worry. Either do my hand.
And Peggy, a reminder, you have some heat pipes that'll be by your feet, kind of in front of your knees too as well there, so you'll want to avoid those.
Okay. Those are the pipes that are covered in MLI, I assume.
Copy. Two Fish, you'll be rotating the cartridge past the black line to puncture, inserting the nozzle into the suspect stanchion, and depressing the trigger and moving the nozzle back and forth and inside and out to liberate any FOD.
Okay. There we go.
I'm ready.
Two Fish, we'd like you to focus on that center bolt. If you think it's completely clear, you can use the remainder of the cartridge and the receptacles for the secondary bolt.
You think, Peg?
No FODs come out after that second burst.
Copy. All three look clean. Great work, guys.
I'm going to take these back, or...
Yeah, and once you're done stowing the connector cleaner toolkit, either one of you could take photos, either with a GoPro or the EVA camera, your choice.
Come on, baby.
And for cleanup, Peggy, you can put that G-Tech bag in the MDM bag, and you'll bring that back with you. Two Fish, if you don't mind leaving the connector cleaner toolkit on you, if that's not going to be in your way, you could just keep it with you.
Okay.
He doesn't have a PC. I think he's got room. Okay. And I've got GoPro view of Jack's clean stub. Definitely took the debris off the front face. There was debris before.
What do you want to do with this G-Tech?
She wants me to take it back, so let's attach for a rep to the bag, I guess. And then I'll just take the bag.
And once you guys are cleaned up there, Two Fish, we will have you return to your work site. So once again, you can leave your green hook on that same handrail on 253.
Okay. While I'm here, I'll just take some pictures. Okay.
We copy.
Okay, I got a rat to the bag. Swap it out for the Jeep. Thank you for your assistance. Anytime.
Great teamwork, guys.
All right, now I'm out of your way. Just do your thing. Good luck again.
Okay.
No more malfunctions.
And Peggy, once you egress the truss there, as you're doing, we'll take a safer handle check. So Two Fish, you will be picking up where you left off. So after you put your green hook down there on 253, you'll be proceeding out to the lab forward wagon wheel to retrieve those cables.
Great. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have my WVS right now? Wait.
We do.
See that?
Copy. Beautiful.
Wow.
And Peggy, we will take another inspection on the MDM as you're pulling it out of the bag, so any order, the co-therm, the blind mate connectors, and the NZGL jack.
Okay. Both arms still looks good. Just that small bubble we talked about before. And My mate connectors all look good. And the connector on the front all looks good, 4-10.
Copy all. You can align the guide pins with the guide rails and slide the Epic MDM into soft dock. So, Two Fish, you're looking for handrail 282. That's the one that runs radially in toward the center of the lab.
Radially in. There.
Copy, and you'll be releasing wire ties for the P5 and Papa 6 connectors.
Copy that.
1:30 from a brief handover. Peggy, your PGT settings will be Bravo 1, clockwise 2. And a reminder, you'll be driving the primary bolt 23 turns only. We'll take your max torque and 1 minute from that LOS.
Doing Jack. Pretty good. Doing some ballet moves. Okay. Great commercial with that sumo wrestler's ice skating. Not to hit anything. How about you?
20 turns and then another low torque on it.
We're still talking it down here, Peg, so stand by. Hopefully we'll have an answer shortly.
No worries.
I want to get it right.
What about your toothbrush?
Hopefully we don't need it. Jessica, if you can, back me up. I'm looking P5 going to J5. J5 alpha, correct?
A-firm. So you'll be removing the plug cap from Papa 5. A reminder that you'll need to ret to that plug cap, and that you are looking at a connection between Juliet 5 alpha and Papa 5.
Copy that.
And of course, we'll take an inspection on both ends before you connect.
Got it. Inspection of P5 VMI band, no bin pins, facade.
We
Take
copy.
off the other cap right now as well.
Copy. Okay, Peggy, we'd like you to keep those same settings, Bravo 1, clockwise 2, and go for 2.5 more turns.
0.5 more turns.
And Two Fish, how's it going?
I got the fish stringer on me. It's got 4 caps on it. Bringing P6 with me, and I'm heading over to mate P5 now.
Okay, copy. And you did make sure that that plug lever on 262 alpha antenna boom J5 was full forward?
It's not connected yet. Second.
Okay, copy that. You're going to do the connection next. Okay, Peggy, we'll do that one more time to try to get another turn and a half.
Jessica, where do you want me cabling or looping the extra cable?
Yeah, Two Fish, you were cutting out a bit on that, but I think you're asking where you want to clean up that extra cable, which side?
A-firm. And we have a good connection over center lock forward on the J5A to C5 W5255.
Okay, we copy. So we had those cable slack cleanup towards the end when you were finished, but if you want to do any of that now, we were just suggesting a low profile and bringing the slack towards the end cone.
Okay, I got a green light, 0.5 turns.
Copy, 0.5 turns, green light.
Got good EMI band, no FUD, no bin pins. I go to mate J6 alpha to P6.
Copy, Two Fish, A-firm. Go to me.
Shoot. I'm going to go back and route it under some other cable.
We copy. All right, Peggy, what we're going to do now is start driving the secondary bolts, but we're going to actually start doing that by hand, given the signature that we're seeing. So we have a go to start both of the secondary bolts by hand. And Peg, with those hand turns, just one turn will be enough, and then we'll go back to the PGT, so I'll give you settings after those hand turns.
I might have gotten more than that. I wasn't sure if I was engaging on the port side. I've got one turn on the starboard side.
Copy. Two Fish, what's your status?
Coiling the cables and then running them. I kind of have to coil them before I connect them. So.
We copy. Okay, Peggy, we have a go to start driving the port bolt this time. So we'll be back to those original settings, Bravo 1, clockwise 2, and again, 5 turns only. Okay, and stand by there before you drive. Peggy, did you get a good green light as well with that 5 turns?
Yes, I did. No, I got a low torque. Low torque.
Copy. Low torque on the previous.
It's not.
All right, Peg, your go to drive in that Alpha 3 setting, so you'll be driving that port bolt to torque. And Two Fish, watch the antenna by your legs there as well. Peg, we'd now like you to return to that starboard side bolt with the setting of Alpha 2.
Alpha 2.
And we'll be going to torque, see how many turns you can get.
Okay, Alpha 2, clockwise 2, correct?
Affirm. Looks like you had a good connection there, Two Fish, and double check that the lever's over center. Full forward.
Revolver center, full forward.
0.24 turn and 3.6 green light.
0.24 turns, 3.6 green light. Stand by.
No. Negative 2, 2.24, 3.6, and green.
Copy. 2.24 on the turn.
That's correct.
So, Two Fish, I know that you were routing as you were going there. If you have anything else, any other slack to route, you can do that toward the lab forward end cone and secure the cables low profile using your wire ties.
In work.
All right, Peggy, great news. We have a good install. Everybody's happy with those bolts. So at this time, you can stow your PGT and retrieve your ret.
Peggy, I'm just playing with cables, trying to get a little pretty over here.
Good. You'll have to look out the cupola window and see your work, so you better be careful. Want it to look bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
PGT stowed. That is removed.
Copy, Peg. You can retrieve the Ethernet cable from its temp stow location, and we'll take an inspection before you connect.
I retrieved my ret that was on the handrail holding the Ethernet cable.
Copy, Peggy. And Two Fish, for you,
right.
Looks like you might be too good with your cleanup there. We do actually want a little bit of slack in the cable. So if you could go back and take a look at the connection you made between Juliet 6 Alpha and Papa 6, double check that that lever is still full forward and that there is a little bit of slack at that connection point.
There's a little bit of slack at the connection point. It is still connected full forward.
Okay, and I have a good inspection of both the cable and the Ethernet mating site. J2. Good email
Copy.
band 05.
Copy, Peg. You have a go to mate with a good inspection. And Two Fish, is there also some slack in the cable at the antenna boom?
Sure, I can make them.
Cover over center.
I'll do that here in a second.
That'd be great too, Fish. We'd like you to create a little bit of slack there and then recheck the levers, and we copied a good connection for you, Peggy. At this point, Peg, you can double-check the cable that has the wire tie on handrail 3446, just to make sure that everything is still clear of the MT path with that cable.
Yes, I can confirm that.
Copy, Peggy. With that, you can give Houston your go to power up the Epic MDM.
All right, Houston, let's power on the MDM, see how it works.
In work, Peggy.
Okay, Peg, after your survey, you can clean things up there. You'll be stowing the MDM in the bag, and then we'll take an inventory while you're doing it or whenever works for you.
All right. So, ready to the bag. I have a scoop and a G-Tech and a scraper tool and a failed MDM.
Copy all.
Hey, Jessica, I got a slack on the starboard antenna. Cable's good to go. I'm going to do one more track down with this extra red. I just took off the boom. And then we should be ready to rock and roll.
Copy that too, Fish. And since we've been going back and forth there, we would like you to check one more time on both of those that you installed that the boom is still in good alignment with the handrail base alignment marker. Sometimes that might be a little bit difficult to check that alignment, so if you want to, you could use an adjustable or a hook or a cable to make sure those two black lines are still aligned.
Adjustable or hook, look at a line.
If you've got a good view on it and you don't need to...
The line is lined up.
Copy. And Peggy, great news. We've got good power on the MDM. It's in the configuration that we expect, so we're running diagnostics now.
Good, good. Thanks for that fabulous building work by Thomas and Jack. And the procedures sent out by the guys from the ground.
And two, Fish, while you're cleaning things up there, it looks like one of the thermal booties from the NZGL connector, which is closest to your waist tether, may have slid down. So you can double check that all those thermal booties are in place, please.
Booties in place.
And two, Fish, since you checked the slack, do you think that two, Fish, in the other antenna that you installed, do you think that there is some slack in that one as well?
I'll loosen that one a little bit. There's not much on that one.
Okay, copy. We concur. And go ahead, Peg.
I just wanted to tell you my DRT red is now on the bag, and I'm removing the AET.
Copy, Peg.
I'm still okay.
Copy, Peg.
cleanup going, Peg?
I've got the bag on my BRT, and I can re-verify, Jessica, that those cables, the Ethernet cables that we moved up here are out clear of the NT translation path.
Copy, Peg. That's a good report. With that, you can leave your work site and translate back to the airlock.
Inward.
And we had a brief LOS. We're back with you now.
I'm on the C disperse.
Copy.
Got a slack there. I'm showing complete here.
Okay.
The fish stringer with 4 caps on my MWS.
We copy. Fish stringer with 4 caps, and then you also have the connector cleaner toolkit still.
That's on my swing arm.
Copy on your swing arm. With that, your work there is complete, to Fish. You did mention having that extra wire tie for that cable that you saw with a bit of slack before the EVA. So you have a go to do that as you feel necessary, and we'll take a glove and a hap check before you leave the work site as well.
About a 1 millimeter there and 30G on the right glove. Back your hand, no problems.
At the airlock.
Copy to Fish. Copy Peggy. You can open the thermal cover.
Thermal cover open.
Peggy, I'm going to do this one last wire tie.
Copy thermal cover. And to Fish, your hap's still dry as well?
That's dry. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you.
The MDM ORU bag is added to the large small in the airlock.
Copy, Peggy.
Wire tie and cable are low profile, conveniently on 253.
We copy. So sounds like a great time to retrieve that green hook.
Stay firm.
All right, Peg, feel free to enjoy the view as Two Fish makes his way back to you.
Right. I have my light waist tether and the thing extra locked. They're locked.
Roger that. All right. That cable's all pretty. I got my green hook. I'm headed home.
All right.
Great work, Two Fish. We'll see you at the airlock.
I might get sick, I saw you.
All right, so I need to give you...
Let me grab that and grab. get rid of that, fish string.
You're at. Ready?
Yeah, it's further down.
Okay.
And Peg, once you're inside, you can give Two Fisher go to release your anchor hook.
All right, moving in. All right, I'm inside, Jack.
You already got your waist tether locked?
Yes, verified lock. Black on black, they'll close. Okay? Down in, you get your go to come in whenever you're ready.
Okay, my left waist tether is on your green reel hook. They're both slider closed and locked, and my waist tether is closed and locked on my right D-ring extender.
Okay, we copy that. And Two Fish, you've already released your anchor hook then. You have it on your waist tether.
Just released my anchor hook. I had to connect to hers first.
Copy and concur.
All right, I'm all cleaned up outside.
All right.
All right, Two Fish, you have a go to ingress.
I'm hugging the forward wall. If you want me in the aft, I can slide over there, whichever you prefer.
Okey-doke. I'm going to stop that halfway, grab the thermal cover. Thermal cover is closed.
Copy thermal cover. You can remove your SCUs from the stowage pouch. Once you remove the SCU from the pouch, you can remove your DCM cover and Velcro it to your DCM and connect your SCUs to your DCM.
E2 SU connected.
I'm still working. Okay. SCU's on 81 and locked.
Copy, Peg.
All right. SU is connected. Guys about ready for the water off?
And Two Fish, your SCU is also locked.
Firm.
Copy. One note for you. A TCV setting of 8 to max cold minimizes the time for SCU cooling. With that, you can switch your water to off, OFF, and expect the water is off message.
EV1, water off.
EV2, water off.
A caution for you, do not close the hatch until EMU water is off for 2 minutes. We're 40 seconds from an LOS now. We will call that for you. And verify the outer hatch is clear of hardware.
Clear of hardware.
So, Jack, coming over to help on the cleaning.
Those cables, we didn't really have a plan on them.
Yeah.
And it was a messy site. There's cables everywhere, so I had to redo a bunch of them, and
Yeah.
took a long time.
All right. I'm sure it looks pretty.
If the board turns green,
Yeah.
you'll like that.
I'm in a good position for your hat.
I think so.
Okay.
And we had an LOS. We are back with you guys, and great news. We've completed the configs on the MDM, and we have a healthy MDM in place now as a viable backup for station. So excellent work getting us back into a nominal config.
Very good. We are very happy about that. Great work by the team.
And another update for you, pretty impressive, I think, from all the work down here of everybody at NASA and you guys. REXT-1 failure occurred only 2 days, 21 hours, 38 minutes from now, and we are already back in a good position. So excellent work to everybody down here on the ground, and most importantly to you guys up there.
Back at you.
Yeah, you guys did a phenomenal job.
You were just saying that for flight, we're hoping that the board turns green.
With that, we'll be switching your comm mode to hardline, and I will be turning you back over to Thomas. Two Fish, when you enter, since you did switch SCUs, you'll also switch EDAs. So Two Fish will be on the aft EDA and Peggy on the forward. Great job once again, guys, and we'll leave you in the capable hands of Thomas.
All right. Thank you, guys, again. Great job by the team down there.
Absolutely. Great job, everybody. Thanks for getting us ready so quick and getting us back in a good config.
It's in a hard line.
Thanks, Jessica. You guys can switch to your comm mode to hardline. Just check that the EV hatch MPEV is closed. I'll take the IV hatch equalization valve to normal. You guys expect an alert tone.
Houston, spectrogram 1 for Tomar. As Peggy as well, just wanted to see what makes it real that Peggy was experiencing this tremendous alignment of her head on dust.
This is definitely a different Comcast than the one we had the problem with previously. And it was just, the noise we had this time on reference was not that kind of mistake. And it was not continuous as was mistake.
All right. Copy all. Thanks.
Subscribe for more space.